Advice if you want to start using your heavy bag. Video 1. How to punch safely and with snap.
If you're a regular trained and skilled karate practitioner or something like that, a lot of times we condition our hands to punch bare-handed and bare-knuckled for street defense. But I would say if you just have a punching bag and you want to hang it up and start punching it, get something like, you can get the hand wraps and you can get the boxing gloves. But really all you need is to find some of these like MMA style gloves that have a like elastic wrap around the wrist. And then if you have a Fitbit or something, before you start punching, I have an adjustable strap on mine. I'll tighten it up. Then I'll put this on and I'll use the elastic strap to give me a little bit of wrist support. So what I would say, if you were going to just start punching the bag, get your wrist wrap or something just to cover the hand to protect it. I know you can do knuckle push-ups and different things to get your wrist ready for it, but a lot of times when people punch, they hit on the bend of the knuckles instead of the flat. So before we start, I was going to explain how to make a fist. Seems simple, but a lot of people don't do it in an effective manner. A lot of people do it like they're trying to hang on to a rope. Well, if you do that, when you punch, it's going to put all the pressure on that front knuckle. Your hand's not going to be square and reinforced, and it can hurt your hand. Also, when they're punching, they might go here. Well, they're hitting with the inside end of the knuckles here, which is totally bad for the alignment of those bones. All the bones in your hands are pretty small. You have to line them up right. So what I do, one of the first things I was taught was to curl your pinky finger, your second finger, bring them all the way in and down, then wrap over the top with the thumb. If you see a karate emblem or like on the one that we use here, the fist is like this. You go here all the way down. If at first it doesn't quite want to close all the way, you just try to get it as close as you can. What this does is it makes a square reinforcement of the fist. And then when you hit, you're hitting with these two knuckles. I'm holding on to the other mitt, so it's hard for me to point, but. And you're going to hit along here where these bones go straight through. You're going to use those like a battering ram. You're not going to hit at an angle here and put too much pressure on these knuckles, and you're not going to hit too far there and misalign your wrist. You're going to hit square. So when we first start punching the bag and punching things, don't kill it. Just pop it. Make sure it feels good. If it starts to feel strained or anything weird, go ahead and stop and return to it later. And if you see karate practitioners or boxers punch, when they punch, they'll drop with the palm down, knuckle square. Karate practitioners will do the same thing. And this is for a regular type of palm down, shoulder thrown punch. So now that I've squared my fist up and got ready to punch, I'm going to practice squishing the bug with my leg. So I'm really pushing it with my hip and shoulder. I'm not going punching like that because that's relying on all arm strength and it just looks funny anyways, at least to me now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my hip and my shoulder into it and hit it here. Now when you first do this, it kind of pushes your whole arm into it. You want to, right off the bat if you can, make sure you have a cell phone and you're not using the speakerphone, and you're talking to someone on that cell phone right in front of your ear. Boom, and then when you hit the other arm, oh, you just switched hands. So they come straight here. Something to watch out for is what I call swimming punches. If you punch and you drop it down, punch and then drop it down. That's very bad because if you go to spar someone, well, first of all, you're kind of dropping your arms, it's lazy. Second of all, if you punch and drop, an opponent's going to come right over the top. They'll see you do it once, and next time you're going to be eating a punch. So you want to punch, bring it straight back. Punch, straight back. See? And as I pivot, I'm keeping light on the ball of my feet, and then it's nice and light. And I don't even really feel like I have to try. To do the punch. Now if you see it spinning, that's because I'm hitting a little off to the center and getting it to spin. So I need to punch through the middle of the bag. But if I'm right here, I'm going to punch through the middle of that bag. I'm not going to try to punch off to here. I'm not going to try to punch off to there. But when I'm doing my different sets, you'll see it start to spin. That is because I don't have it perfect enough, and I'm still working on it. Even after all this time, still working on it. You know, see? And I'm kind of up on top of my balls of my foot so that I can pivot. See? I'm not trying to overreach. I'm not trying to come in here and claw it. I'm finding my range so that I can step in. Try to keep my hands up.